Welcome back. All right, so news of the day video for all you fine people for your Monday from around the NHL and around the hockey world in general. And we'll start things off talking about the Vancouver Canucks hiring the first ever female assistant general manager. Emilie Castengate is not a stranger to being a pioneer in that she was the first female who was an NHLPA certified agent in 2016. So a lot of experience as an agent. And this seems to follow a pattern of agents being hired for management positions with NHL teams. Makes a lot of sense with the flat cap and all the financials becoming more and more important to bring in agents who might be better understanding than some. She does have a law degree to go with other degrees she has as well, so she's well educated. And she had been interviewed for other jobs as well. At least that was the rumor. And so she becomes the first ever female assistant general manager in the NHL. I wish her all the best of luck. And of course, this is a sign that the Canucks are going to put together a team to run the Vancouver Canucks at the top. And so the general manager search continues, but we have an assistant in place now. And so we'll see how much longer the GM search goes on for the Canucks. The only deadline I can think of would be the draft. I mean, really, you could look at the trade deadline as one as well. I don't expect the Canucks to be really active at the deadline. I mean, unless they're going to make major changes, which I don't think they're going to do. I mean, they could be active at the deadline to make major moves, but I don't think there's any need for that at this point. I would think the draft might be where you start seeing some bigger moves from them. Jacob Panetta has come out and posted a 2-part apology video. He's also stated that he was not making that racist gesture, which is, of course, the whole monkey thing, which is, and again, now what's happened is he's been released by the Iceman, Jacob Panetta has, and now he's saying he'll take part in the ECHL investigation. The one video that I talked about yesterday, it is not, to me, 100% clear what exactly the motion is he's doing. There's been a lot of people defending it right away and saying it looks the same as what Tom Wilson did with his tough guy pose, which I just thought looked ridiculous when that was done at the time too. So again, we'll see what happens and where this goes from here. I know it is an extremely charged issue, and so yeah, we will see. The only thing I'll say is this, is that I do hope that players that were on the ice at the time are the ones that get interviewed and discussed into the discussion on what happened and what didn't. Because the video, again, I didn't think it was 100% on what was going on out there. And I know there's people who are 100% convinced of what they saw one way or the other. And that's the age we live in now, where it's something happened and 5 minutes later and judgment. So, yeah, but Panetta's come out and said that's not what he was doing. And there's apologies in there as well. So we will see how this goes from here. Moving back into National Hockey League news, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins may return tomorrow against the Canucks. Tyson Barrie, who's just injured, apparently upper body and lower body, he will not. And Hyman, who's been in COVID protocol, is not going to return tomorrow either. So for the Oilers, getting Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back, I think, would be a huge bonus for them. You can really tell when he's not in the lineup, it makes a big difference. There's a lot of talk about, McDavid and Draisaitl, and rightfully so, two of the best players in the league. But Nugent-Hopkins is a huge part of that top six as well. The Chicago Blackhawks will be without Kevin Lankin, 2 to 3 weeks, hand injury for him. And so that's a tough break for Lankin, who had a pretty darn good game the other night. And so, yeah, for Chicago, it means it'll be Fleury. I would think they'd call up Delia to be the backup. But yeah, so for Chicago, without Lankin, it's tough because he was starting to really round into form again. And so hopefully after the injury's done and he comes back, he can continue that rediscovery of his form. I like Lankin, and I think he's a good goaltender. Good news for Buffalo. Both Girgensons and Middlestat are set to return. Casey Middlestat, of course, may be written off by a lot of people as a bust. I will say the injury this year definitely does not help with that perception. I thought he had a good year last year. And I think that the talent is there. And again, it comes into that realm of won't live up to what was expected when he was drafted. But I do think Casey Middlestat can be a decent second, third line player. And so hopefully upon his return to Buffalo, we'll see more of that. Good news too for Anaheim, at least at some point soon. Adam Henrique may be set to return for the Anaheim Ducks by the end of this road trip. He's been out since December 3rd. The Ducks, of course, 3-7 in their last 10. Could definitely use the infusion of the offense that Henry can create. And so they'll be looking forward to getting him back sooner rather than later. Waiver wire news from yesterday. Jarred Conorty does clear waivers today. So he's cleared. He can go to the taxi squad or he can go to the minors. And again, decent 7th defenseman, but totally understand why he would clear at this stage. Seattle, their affiliate next year will be the Coachella Valley Firebirds, which really to me sounds like a high school team. It's just as, I was like, Coachella Valley, interesting. So CVB, it's odd. But they've released a video on their inaugural jerseys that they will wear that first year. As the affiliate for Seattle next year, we will see those jerseys. And I thought they looked really nice. They're on the Coachella Valley Firebirds website. I looked at how much it costs to order one. It's $20 shipping to Canada, which isn't bad. The one thing, though, is if you're ordering it in Canada, remember, you likely will get slapped with some duties when it's coming across the border. But yeah, I think they're a decent-looking jersey. Of course, AHL jerseys are made by CCM as well, so they are a little different than the NHL Adidas jerseys. But yeah, I likely will get one at some point. I don't need one now. I really don't need one now. They're not even coming into the league until next year, so not really any rush. But they do look very nice. The only Kraken-related item on the jersey is there's a couple of stripes on the jersey that are clearly the same colors as the stripes on the Seattle jerseys. But yeah, there you go. You're all caught up for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.